Hello everyone, welcome back to another Big Finish Doctor Who review. Today I'm reviewing the Halloween special, at least that's what I like to think of it as, of the Ninth Doctor Adventures. Otherwise, episode 2 of series 4 of the Ninth Doctor Adventures, The Last Days of the Powell Estate. As per usual, I will read the synopsis and then begin my review. South London, 2036. The Doctor and Rose team up with an urban explorer to investigate the case of Mr. Fingers, an invisible killer haunting an abandoned corner of the city. If you feel a hand on your shoulder, don't look around. So, as you can tell from that description, we're in for a bit of a spooky one, and that is always quite fun, especially on audio if done right. So, immediately it is quite interesting as well that it's in 2036. It's set in 2036, and obviously for the Ninth Doctor and Rose, that is further in the future than it is for us, well, for Rose anyway. We follow this show host called Ellis Coates, an urban explorer who soon enough meets the Doctor and Rose, and throughout the story they do remain together as a trio, which makes for some interesting dynamics, as Rose, obviously being from 2005, doesn't always understand everything he refers to, which I think is just, and when you write a story set in 2036 for a character that's in 2005, obviously for us, any technology in 2036 probably isn't anything spectacularly unconceivable. But for Rose, obviously she's not going to understand pretty much anything that he mentions. There is also more continuity points regarding Father's Day, because if you didn't already know, I did say it in the last one, and I feel like they have advertised it pretty well, but regardless, if you didn't know, all these stories, this whole I can't even call it a mini-series because it's going to be 13 full episodes, so this whole series that Big Finish are doing is set between Father's Day and The Empty Child. So obviously first we had Snare, now we've got this one. And it does give some extra development that the live action series just missed, mainly because I guess it didn't have time to really flesh that out. But essentially how they're friendly but still not quite back to normal after the events of that episode. And that's as much as I can say without it getting too spoilery. It is just very good stuff. Like the previous story, this also comes into play with character conflict. They aren't getting along all of the time. They have plenty of it in this story as well, but not to the point where it feels out of character. I think all the conflict between them both is handled very, very well. Now, call this a spoiler if you want, so tap 10 seconds, maybe 20, to fast forward if you want nothing of the sort. They do mention and sneak in a Bad Wolf reference. It's very cool. There is also a tremendous moment in the plot at the end where the Ninth Doctor has to confront yet again what he did to end the Time War. Again, you can call that spoilery, but it's quite an integral part of the story, and it's just, I'm not spoiling what he says. If you do buy this, or if you have listened to it already, or if you're planning on listening to it, Christ, get it just for that scene, because it's so, so well done. It's an astonishing scene that you could only imagine how good it would have been if we saw it on TV. I don't think Big Finish have ever really done anything that deep, apart from maybe the Ninth Doctor and River Song box sets that did obviously explore, but that was more like, the Ninth Doctor's romantic side that doesn't really exist because of reasons, it was really, really, really good. Now, I'm not going to pretend I'm good at reviews, as you can probably tell, I'm not. I just like letting you know if I think it's worth picking up or not, and there are far better people who will do reviews out there. I'm not sure if they'll be spoiler-free, they'll probably be fairly spoiler-free, but as I say all the time, but if you're new to this, I can't really do a spoiler-free review and make it decent without just saying, yeah, it's good or yeah, it's bad, and I feel like, you might want a bit more substance than that. So for this one, this story 100% is good. It's worth picking up. 9 out of 10 from me, and that's on one listen. I will do a re-listen later, but I don't see that changing. In fact, I only see it getting maybe higher. I'm not going to call it a 10, but it's definitely like a 9 out of 10. And a massive step up from the first one, because the first one wasn't bad by any means. I think I gave it about an 8. And obviously, despite them being set in virtually the same location, just in different circumstances and times, etc., it's, very, very good range between the two stories, and I'm looking forward to it. At the time of recording, they haven't actually announced the third story, but sometimes, like last time, during editing, I believe they announced the second story with the next time trailer, so you never know. If it does happen, I'll just record another little segment, and you'll find that out very, very shortly. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Timothy X Atack, you smashed it, and he is a very good writer at Big Finish, and he did not let us down with this one. So now, this is either going to be the end of the video, or they'll have announced the next one, and I will quickly show you what that is. Right, this is my second time recording the ending of this video because I recorded a version where they didn't release a trailer, but now they have. They did release it at 4 p.m, I was right. However, they didn't release it, or say that they released it on Twitter, so I had no idea. I should have looked on YouTube. It's called Dare You, and, well, I would play the trailer now, but that would essentially just be me stealing the trailer with literally nothing added to it. So, I'll link the trailer in the comments if you want to watch it. I will show you the cover, however. Yeah. What's weird is, having watched the trailer, it seems to be yet another creepy one, also set in the fucking Powell Estate. I think. I mean, I don't know if it's set in the Powell Estate solely, but is that a theme of this whole series? Surely not. We must leave at some point. Rose is still wearing that bloody hoodie in the cover. There's some weird thing that looks a bit like the fairy from that Tortured episode. The trailer just shows them in the Powell Estate, and then in a block, and then it gets into the TARDIS, and it's an ugly little thing. And yeah, again, horror aspects. Horrifying new audio drama coming out in December, so it's like a Christmas horror. I mean, I don't know if it will actually be Christmas related, but yeah, who'd have thought? So we got two. Third in a trio of adventures, connected by the setting of the Powell Estate. Trio of adventures. So maybe the Powell Estate is only for these first three stories, but that means it's okay, interesting, very cool, interesting. Gotta stop talking on this video, it's gonna be forever. Very bloody cool. So yeah, it's goodbye from me, and I will see you all in the next one. Hopefully. Please come back.